Homes over $2 million in the Chicago area are plentiful. In this market, values have gone up so much and the homes are selling really well in the upper price ranges. So 2 to 3 months for a home between $2 and $3 million, and then 3 to 4 months for a home above $3 million. So the prices are typically close to list price, even in these price ranges, but they will give more once you give over $3 million. You can see prices come down 2.5%, 3% if the home is priced right. But if the home is, under $3 million, it's going to be pretty tight. The prices are pretty close to list typically, and there's actually competition for the newer homes, the new construction homes. And where people get into trouble though is when they buy existing homes and they just buy into a inflated market, existing larger homes that need a lot of work, and they can over improve, buy just at the wrong time, the wrong type of home. Most of the new construction is a pretty good bet, but they have spiked so much in value. Sometimes you will lose money on new construction if you just buy in an area where it's kind of newly established price range, or a builder that's not real good, that you don't realize it, doesn't have the reputation for a good resale. There's various situations where people will get themselves in some trouble when they go to resell and find out maybe they lost some money. But typically you're in pretty good shape if you buy in the traditional areas that have well-established markets for these price ranges. So along the lakefront is where you get a lot of homes that are over $3 million. And then some of the western areas like Hinsdale, Burr Ridge, areas like that have a pretty well-established markets. But the lakefront is where it's at for the most part. Wilmette, Winnetka, Lake Forest, Glencoe, these are the areas that have very well-established market. Evanston has some of a market, but it's mostly the homes right up on the lakefront where you get lake views. But the true North Shore suburbs like Wilmette, Winnetka, Glencoe, Kenilworth, the expensive homes over $3 million will be inland, like in the neighborhoods, not necessarily on the lakefront. So something to keep in mind when you're looking in this price range. And when you're looking for a home under $3 million, it's a much different market. Just will move more quickly. Prices will be tighter to the list price, less risk. You're not blazing a new territory price range wise. The prices are pretty established under $3 million in most of these areas. I have seen new construction spike anywhere from in the last 5 years, $500,000, $800,000 increase in value in many of these areas. In the city, Lincoln Park has more homes that are over $3 million than any other area in the city. As far as number of transactions goes, a lot of new construction, a lot of homes have been built over the last 10 years. So you really need to understand the market there and kind of where you fit in when you're buying. So there's been about a $500,000 increase in the last 2 to 3 years in Lincoln Park single family homes. And you really just want to make sure you have a great builder and understand the market really well before you pull the trigger. Another city neighborhood with a lot of homes over $3 million is Lakeview. Has a good number of homes that have been built. You will get a little bit more space in Lakeview than Lincoln Park when you get up over $3 million. And again, in these neighborhoods under $3 million, $2 to $3 million is a much more established price range. Be more competition and less inventory than over 3 million. Like the homes you see behind me here, this is one of the most expensive streets on the North Shore, and you get many homes that are built new here with private gyms, significant square footage, anywhere from 7 to 12,000 square foot, and very established. This is not new territory for luxury property. This is very well established for many years. Just reach out anytime, any questions, call, text, email, anytime. Help a lot of our business leaders, a lot of people in the luxury market here, and be happy to answer any questions that you have. Depending on the time of year, 5 to 10 homes a month selling in Chicago over $2 million. And in the suburbs, it can be more typically. There are more homes selling over $2 and over $3 million than in the city, because the demand since COVID has gone up tremendously. Recently, I saw someone purchase a home that had been purchased previously over $2 million in a Chicago neighborhood that was pretty close to the lake. But there's certain pockets that have historic homes on larger lots. The problem is it's such a limited market in that neighborhood that even in this market, the prices will not go up that much, and the market times will be longer. So if you get really enamored with a historic older home, you really want to look at the market and make sure it's fully supported surrounding you, because I've seen some of these homes languish on the market and just not be appreciated. I always think it's a really interesting comparison looking at areas along the North Shore, the lakefront of Chicago and the suburbs, and looking at Lincoln Park. It's just a dramatic difference in amount of land that you get, square footage, much better value typically in the suburbs. But the homes in Lincoln Park are gorgeous. They're just more vertical. And just call, text, email if you have any questions at all. Nothing too small. Happy to help with anything you need to know.